Hi, Fred Schafer here, author of 50 Fit. One of the questions I get most often is, what is the secret? What is the secret to having great health after the age of 50? What is the secret for baby boomers to enjoy being lean, being healthy, being active? Well, the reality is there is no secret. Many years ago, I learned that the secret, if there is such a thing, is built in your systems. That's where the secret is, it's in your systems. And I discovered this kind of by accident. Many years ago, I worked as the coordinator for health promotion in Shasta County, California. And a big part of my job as the coordinator was to go out into the homes of senior citizens there to do a quick fitness, health, and nutrition assessment. And I was told that these people were going to be at risk. And I remember thinking to myself, how at risk can these people be? Shasta County is a pretty nice place. So I went out into their homes, and I was shocked at what I found. People in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who couldn't even get out of a chair. Many of them were on multiple medications. The food in their homes was abysmal. It was a matter of fact, it was a discouraging and depressing job because I remember I used to leave their homes, go out and get in my car, look back at their house, and think to myself, there's no hope for them. Their lives just seemed very sad to me. The people themselves were cool, but their lives just seemed very sad. It didn't seem as if there was any hope. As I said, it was a depressing, discouraging job. But I needed the money, so I stayed with it. And after about 3 weeks on the job, one day I went in. I used to get a sheet of paper with a list of names on it of who I was to visit for the day. And on that particular day, the first person I was to visit was a single man, 91 years old. So maybe you can imagine what I'm thinking as I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, this is not going to be pretty. I mean, this guy's 91 and he's going to be half dead. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Nonetheless, I went out to his home. He lived in a rural home out in the country a bit outside of town. But I went out to his home and went up and knocked on his door, and this stern voice answered, "Hello, who's there?" And I'm thinking to myself, this guy doesn't sound 91. And I said, well, my name's Fred Schafer. He said, what do you want? I said, I'm here to do a quick fitness and health assessment. He says, I don't need any assessment, from the other side of the door. So I said, well, sir, this will just take a few minutes of your time. He said, go away, go bother somebody else. I'm not buying anything. I said, sir, I'm not here to sell you anything. Anyway, this went on for a few minutes and I was not getting anywhere. But you need to know something. I was highly motivated to talk to him because I was actually getting paid per visit. But I could see that I needed a strategy. So I looked on the sheet of paper and said he got Meals for Wheels. I said, sir, I see that you get Meals for Wheels. He said, yes, I do. I said, do you like those meals? He said, I do. I said, sir, if I write down on my assessment, no one lives here any longer, those meals might stop showing up. The door opened. He's looking at me and I'm looking at him and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way this guy's 91. I'm thinking 79, maybe 80, but not 91. He says to me, what'd you want, Sonny? Started calling me Sonny. I said, sir, just a few minutes of your time, do a quick health assessment. He said, I told you I don't need an assessment. I said, you know what, sir? I'm beginning to think you don't. But you need to know something, sir. Over the last few weeks, I've been into the homes of people far younger than you and in far worse shape than you are. And if you would spend just a few minutes of your time with me and share with me your secrets, then maybe I could go back and help those people. He said, what'd you say, Sonny? He said, did you say secrets? I said, yeah. He said, you think there's a secret? I said, I don't know, man. You're a stud. All these other people I'm meeting are falling apart. He said, come in here a minute, Sonny. I'll show you a few of my secrets. And he walked me down this narrow hallway into this room. It was a beautiful room with a hardwood floor, a mirror, a row of dumbbells, a punching bag, and then a Nordic Track, one of those ski machine type deals. And he began to show me his proficiency on all this equipment, and he was impressive. In fact, as I was watching him, especially on the ski machine, I began to think to myself, I don't know if I could keep up with this guy. He gets off the ski machine, comes walking over, kind of got in my face a little bit. He said, you want to know a few of my secrets, Sonny? I'll tell you a few of my secrets. When I was 55 years old, I decided to go back to school and get my PhD in physics. And for the next 20 years, I taught physics at UCLA. I know a few things, Sonny, about how to keep things moving. Come here. He walked me across the room and he grabbed this sheet of paper off the wall that he had pinned up there. He had it laminated. It had 4 things written on it. Number 1, just show up. He said, most days I lie in bed thinking to myself, you know what? I deserve a break today. But I found something out. All I've got to do is get myself out of bed, drag myself into this room, and I say to myself, hey, I'm here, I may as well do something. And that brings me to number 2, beginning is half finished. He said, the hardest part is always to start. And many days I don't feel like starting. But every day that I start and finish, I'm glad I did. I never regret those days. The days that I tend to regret are the ones where I stayed in bed and kept sleeping. And I've learned something, Sonny, at 91, that life is way too short to be long on regrets. And that brings me to number three, and number 4, Newton's laws of physics. Everyone knows those. A body at motion, she stays in motion. A body at rest, she stays at rest. He said, Sonny, I am not ready to rest just yet. In fact, it's now time for you to go. I said, sir, I will go, but I have one question, man. I gotta ask you this. How long have you been at this? He said, I'm so glad you asked me that question. The truth of the matter is this. I did not start this until I was 79 years old. All my life, I said, I don't have time. All my life, I said, this would not make much of a difference. I know 2 things now, how untrue that was, and number 2, what a mistake that was. My biggest problem now, I've got no one my age to hang out with. That's why you got to go, because I'm going to work. He worked down the street with his son. They owned a tool shop together. That day, I left his house, got in my car, looked back at his house, and smiled, knowing 2 things. Number 1, it's never too late to start, but number 2, more importantly, there is no secret. The secret is to have a system built into your life, a daily high-performance system that will take you to a literally rock star level of over 50 fitness, health, and wellness. So on this YouTube channel, I intend to share bits, pieces of those systems that you can use for your own, or I've also created a done-for-you 28-day system, which you can learn more about down below. Regardless, whatever you do, please subscribe below to my YouTube channel. I look forward to sharing more of my secrets for your system.